pick up the kids. I gotta leave around 1:45. So am I still going? We're still going. Great. Hello, this is Kristen. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. This is the May 2023 Ink Flight unboxing. Let's take a look. We got, of course, Sailor Yurimiku inks. So we've got Kokoro Guma, Zare Kokoro, Shikiori, Zaza, Date Kokoro, Suki Kokoro, Hana Kokoro, and Shito Shito. Okay, so let's take a look. So these are ink samples for the month. Ooh. That's very nice. Ooh. Oh, that's why it's wiggly. Okay. Oh, it snaps. Okay. It still feels a little bit, there's some wiggle to it. Okay, but I really like the material. I like that smooth material. It kind of gives me the same impression as the grip section on the Lamy Studio matte black. I love that material. It feels nice. So I guess this is a standard international cartridge. It looks blue. Online. Let's read about the pen. While online pens doesn't have the same recognition, they still make a nice, affordable fountain pen, so not as recognizable as Lamy, Pelikan, Kaweco, or Montblanc. Included in this month's box is the Smart and Stylish Campus Filler Fountain Pen from Online. Pull off the snap cap to reveal an ergonomic rubberized grip section and medium point stainless steel nib. View the remaining ink in your pen using the transparent ink window between the grip and the barrel. It's a decent enough clip. Yeah, I really do appreciate the ink window. I probably will just go ahead and try and use it with the blue cartridge that comes with it. I'll go ahead and, oh, sorry about that. This end goes into the pen. We will go ahead and let this sit upside down somewhere so that the ink will go down to the nib. See how long that takes. All right, so I'm so excited about these Yurimiku inks. So I tried Kokoro Guma last month, as well as Suki Kokoro. Yeah, Muddy Green ink has tones of olive and reddish brown sheen. This one, Kokoro Guma, once you put it in paper, it transforms into a sheening brownish violet. So let's see if I can go back to, here we go. So we've got the Suki Kokoro, the Kokoro Guma. I really do like that ink. All right, so let's get to swatching these inks. So I also have some papers off to the side. This is Tomoe River paper and a sheet of Midori letter paper. And I will also, ooh, I almost broke my second glass dip pen. So I did some figure eights with the glass nib on the included sandpaper from last month's ink flight box, and it feels really good on all sides. We're gonna try this out this month, see if that sandpaper helped out. This first ink is Kokoro Guma. In the vial, this ink looks blue. Once you put it on paper, it transforms into a sheening brownish violet. And I discussed in my previous video that I'd love to have this in my Pilot Kakuno to really get a sense of the true color of this ink. Yes, it feels so much better. This feels really good. I like how it looks with a very fine nib. I love that reddish brown sheen that we got going on this coloring card. You might be able to see that there's blue left over. Make sure I clean that out really nicely. Yeah, so it's a little bit better. It might still have a hint of blue on there, but I guess we gotta keep that in mind whenever you're inking up a pen to really clean that out. So it goes down black, but it will dry down to a reddish sheen, a brownish red sheen. And take a look at that so far. Sare Kokoro. This dusty blue black ink has a rich coppery sheen. The next ink is Sailor Shikiori Zaza. From the Sounds of Rain series, Zaza is the sound of hard rain, represented in a medium blue with shading. We got some deep colors this month. I like the muted medium blue. Ooh, I'd like to compare this one with some of the muted blue inks that I've got. Okay, it seems that some of these inks are leaving just a hint of some blue behind. This reminds me of a more saturated version of, was it Van Diemen's Indigo Bunting Blue? It's much more blue, but the muted side of it kind of reminds me of the same color that I got with Indigo Bunting Blue. No! This has Leonardo Black in it with the Architect nib. So that first line has Leonardo Black. It is not water resistant or waterproof. Newler's X Feather, it works. You can still see May. I do appreciate my waterproof black inks. I'm wondering if I need to go ahead and put that in my Leonardo, but I really don't want to put that in my Leonardo. I don't. It looks like it went on while this ink was wet. It was very, very bright blue. So you can see like the deeper shade of blue right here, but it looks to be drying a little bit lighter. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I was expecting more of a bold blue, but I like how it's not one of those in your face bold blues. The next ink is Sailor Yuramiku Date Kokoro. At the heart of this ink is heart. At the heart of this ink is a deep violet with red sheen. I'm so curious about this one. I think this was one of the inks that Amanda B was excited to try. I like this violet color. I like how this is drying. If I could have an ink that would look like both of these colors when it dries, that would be perfect. So our next color is Suki Kokoro. Let's see what they have to say about it. This muddy green ink has tones of olive with reddish brown sheen. Ooh, I really like it. Was this the one that ended up being like, I think this was the ink that ended up being a little bit too cool toned on my Tomoe River paper. But I really like how it's transforming from this into this olivey color into a brown. So from like black to a teal to an olive to a brown, I love how it just changes color as it dries. Maybe I could use this ink in either a thinner nib or a thicker one, because the way that it was in my Pilot Vanishing Point, it was just nice. It was like that middle of the road. So it was juicy enough, but not too wet and not too dry. So it's like that Goldilocks type thing. But I want something that's either a fire hose or something that's super duper thin, a super fine line. I really like how that dries though, that olivey color down there. Yeah, it's got that cool toned green under the sheen. After Suki Kokoro, we've got Hana Kokoro. This grayish slate purple contains deep reflections of burgundy sheen. This burgundy sheen is taking over all these cards. Yeah, Hanagokoro might be a nice one as well. These are some deep looking inks. So I wish that I could have had this color in my Pilot Vanishing Point, Suki Kokoro, rather than the tealish or cool green color that it shows on Tomoe River. I need to find some paper to make it look like this. The last ink color is Sailor Shikiori Shito Shito. The sound of rain softly falling. Shito Shito exhibits a watery, light aqua blue that shades beautifully. We'll see. Let us see. I like that. I like the color of this muted aqua. I forgot to swatch these inks on Tomoe River and Midori papers, so let's go ahead and do that now. This is Kokoro Guma. And the next one is Sare Kokoro. Sailor Shikiori Zaza. Sailor Yomiku Date Kokoro. Sailor Yurimiku Suki Kokoro. Sailor Yurimiku Hanagokoro. And this is Sailor Shikiori Shito Shito. All right, so these are the colors on Tomoe River and Midori. I really like, which one is this one? Suki Kokoro. I like Suki Kokoro on Midori paper. I prefer this olivey color to the cooler tone green here. I do like Kokoro Guma, and I'm thinking about having that in another pen at some point. Okay, so since I've already tried Indigo Bunting Blue from a previous Ink Flight box, I will not do this one, although I really do like that color. I think I'll probably be going for Sailor Yurimiku Date Kokoro. I really like the purplish color, actually both versions. It looks more of a violet bluish hue under the sheen there, and it has more of a warm purple tone on the Midori paper. I really like this one on Midori, but since I've just used that ink last month, I'm gonna go with something else. I'm gonna use the Date Kokoro and the Shikiori Shito Shito. I'm really enjoying this aqua blue. Let's take a look at the coloring cards and see a comparison of the coloring paper to Tomoe River and Midori. This is Kokoro Guma, this high red sheen ink that I absolutely do love, but it was way too wet for my medium sig nib. The first one is still wet on the Tomoe River paper. Very intense red sheen. Sare Kokoro, another high sheening ink. It has a bit of a navy blue color underneath the sheen on Tomoe River paper. They are so close. These Yurimiku inks have that red sheen. Many of them have this red sheen. The third is Zaza. After Zaza, we got Date Kokoro. I'm really liking this purple. We've got Suki Kokoro that I love on every paper except Tomoe River. And then Hanagokoro, grayish slate purple with deep reflections of burgundy sheen. So yes, it's got that burgundy sheen just like the other two here, and a little bit on here for the coloring card. Last but not least is Sailor Shikiori Shito Shito. These are the two that I will be adding to my May currently inked pens. These are really, they look so similar, and I'll go ahead and add this one to it. But I really want to go in depth, or really want to take a look at some matches, some ink colors for these three. Zaza next to Colorverse Alpha C Mauve, Indigo Bunting Blue. This is what I was thinking about, that it would be more saturated than Indigo Bunting Blue. Okay, so we've got Hippocamp, Genuine Blue. Okay, Sailor Seiboku is a bit bluer, and Parker Quink Blue Black. Okay, so Venta Inks Carnival. Okay, that Marathon Blue, Poseidon Green, Dominant Industry Lake, Karibik. Oops. Iced Cookie, it's a bit greener than Iced Cookie. I like this color. Troublemaker Abalone. Okay, so let's see our purples. Next to Grape Ice Pop. These are our colors. Let's see if this is ready. Nope. Okay, but it's a nice, bit scratchy going from right to left. Well, depending on the angle. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Look at that. Ooh. So cool, so very nice. This actually writes really nicely. I like the pen. It feels really good in my hand. The nib is quite small, but it writes really nicely. I feel like it has some stub qualities. Yeah, it's got a little stubbish thing going on with this nib. So it's slightly thicker. It's got slightly thicker downstrokes than cross strokes. Yeah, those vertical lines are wider than the horizontal ones. I love it. I love it. This is a win in my books. I'm probably going to ink it up with something else sometime in the future. I really like the nib on this one. So yay. Thank you so much for watching. I will let you know how it goes with these two inks, as well as the additional 10 that I've already selected for my May 2023. And with that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.